Xbox One, PlayStation 4, which console is better for you? We're going to talk about it right here. Let's go. Roll the intro. Hello everybody, this is Dakota from Detard Films, and welcome to another episode of First World Problems, the series where I talk about minute things that bug the shit out of me. And today, we're talking about Microsoft and Sony. You know, this video is probably going to get a lot of hate fairly quickly. The fact that someone could like something so much is a great thing. People need to be inspired and people need to get emotional about things that they support. But when it gets to the point that you're so blind to see some of the shit that they're doing to you, that's when it gets a little crazy. The fact that I've jumped from Sony to Microsoft so many times doesn't make me a wagon hopper. It just makes me a smart consumer. I have never liked Sony or Microsoft to the point of becoming a fanboy. I just know in my gaming what I want, and I want to pick the console that works best for me, or the console that overall has the best features with it. Everyone in their right mind knows that the PlayStation 2 completely wrecked anything that was around at that time. And if anyone else was going to drive in and try and drop a console right then, they knew that they were going to get destroyed. We had to wait for a whole brand new generation of consoles for anyone to step away from a PlayStation 2. When the Xbox came out, the Xbox wasn't actually doing that well. The only thing that really carried the Xbox was Halo. Without Halo, the original Xbox would have just completely been smashed into the ground. When the 360 came out, it came out swinging. It came out cheap, it came out with a lot of games, it came out with good graphics. Meanwhile, the PlayStation 3 came out with a ridiculous price tag, not that many games, and the only thing that it had going for it was its amazing graphics. But quickly after that, the Xbox 360 started pumping out games that were equal to, if not better looking than the PlayStation 3. And by the time the PlayStation 3 dropped their price, it was too late. The 360 had won. And at this point, everyone in the comments is freaking out. What the fuck? The 360 isn't good. PlayStation 3 is better. All the PlayStation 3 suck my dick. This is the Xbox. Woo! But I'm going to reiterate, I got the 360 because that worked best for me, and I knew that overall that was a better console. Now, we're to the present. Xbox One, PlayStation 4. What am I doing? Where am I going? I know, personally, the best console for me and the best console with the overall best features is the PlayStation 4. There were a lot of problems with the Xbox One early on. I'm not going to get into super big details about it. If you want to know, you can look it up online. It's all over the place. I'm going to give an example just to sum things up. When the Xbox One was announced, let's just say there were 10 features that were announced with the console. 2 of those features were good and were actually going somewhere into the future of gaming. The other 8, however, were restrictions on the players and the content and what the players would get to do with said content after they purchased it. A lot of people were getting super crazy about it, got really angry and aggressive and stood out, and that's great. I'm glad that they listened to the people finally. People freaked out about the DRM and Microsoft. They wiped it clean. They said, no more, we're going to get rid of it. Sorry, we're sorry we did that. That was kind of a fuck up on us. But you know what they did? Instead of taking out those 8 things that were shitty about their console, they took out all 10 things. They threw a child temper tantrum. They said, oh, well, if you won't let me take all of your shit and destroy it in front of you, then I'm going to take my 2 toys here that I brought, and I'm just going to go home. Fuck you. Fuck you, Jimmy. No, fuck you. They actually came out and said it. They slapped us in the face and they said, oh, we thought you guys were ready for the future. Guess not. We're gonna take our shit and we're gonna go back to the future with Marty McFly. Sorry, bro. And that's where they fucked up with me. By hitting us with all these restrictions that they said were required, and then all of a sudden, a few months later to say, oh no, sorry, they're not really required. We were just making you do that so we could make more money. I know that in big business and stuff like this, a lot of lies are said, and I know that a lot of rumors happen and are smashed very quickly to get our hopes up and down a lot. But when it comes to something like this, I just couldn't handle it. I really wanted the Xbox One to be something great. But I think they just fucked up, and it's too late to go back on that now. Meanwhile, the PlayStation 4 has been good from the beginning, and I mean, you can't blame them for that because Xbox One made it really fucking easy for them. They both walked out on a stage. Xbox One took out a revolver and shot himself in the foot. Everyone was like, why the fuck did you just shoot yourself in the foot? Meanwhile, PlayStation 4 walks on out and says, I don't really feel like shooting myself in the foot right now, because that's pretty dumb. And then everyone was like, oh my fucking, that was great! It didn't have to be great. It just had to not be fucking stupid. And I guess I don't deserve love from either side because right now, even though the PlayStation 4 is the best so far, I think being the best in this console generation is basically being the smartest kid with Down syndrome. They're doing a lot of mediocre stuff and they're forgetting that they're supposed to be making game consoles here. They need to realize that it's about games. It's not about the NFL. It's not about Netflix. It's not about a button that allows you to share shit to people who probably don't give a fuck. It's kind of all really big gimmick stuff that they're trying to sell to us right now, and they really need to get back to where they started from. But now that you know my opinion of the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, I want to know your opinion. Leave something in the comments. Tell me what you think. If you think the Xbox One is going to be great, then please tell me why, or tell me why you even believe any of the information that they're giving out right now. Because at the bottom of that list of features that the Xbox One had, they came out and said, hey, we can change whatever we want, whenever we want. So how do you know that they're not going to take back the things that they took away? We could all buy an Xbox One and then suddenly they just turn all the DRM back on and we're fucked. Or if you agree with me on the PlayStation 4, leave some comments. Tell me what your favorite feature of the PlayStation 4. Maybe you like the share button. Maybe you don't. Maybe you like the little screen that they're giving us now. Who knows? Tell me. If you're kind of out of the argument, then, you don't have to leave a comment. I mean, you can talk to the people down below, try and figure out what kind of console you want. Maybe you're a Wii U fan. If you are, shut up. That's not true. Wii U. Okay, yeah, they stepped it up. They stepped it up from the Wii. But that whole concept, that whole console is a gimmick. It really is. And they could have done so much cool stuff with that fucking, the controller and the screen and the, I wanted Zombie U to be good. But alright, I'm running out of time. I'm running really long on this video. This has been Dakota from D-Tart Films signing off, and I will see you on the next episode of First World Problems. Oh, like, subscribe, yeah, see you later.